Hi guys, this is Salam Ali, and I am back with one more tutorial using the same stencil I used last time. I'm hoping you guys like it, and I will also show you one more hack. I used an acetate sheet hack last time with my stencil tutorial, and I will again use that hack because I will be needing it. And secondly, what I will be doing is I will be showing you how to use the same stencil in different way. I did the tutorial just a while back, and for some reason I did not like the video. I saw the video and I was not satisfied with it. I made the whole card, but this time what I will be doing is I will be using only the sheet, the card stock, the top layer. What you can do is you can use it, as you can see this, you can make the whole card. I will show you the card I made, but you can use it as it is, and cut it off and make a 3D effect on your card, your bottom card, the whole card. Or you can do is you can make the actual card and use only the front one. Okay, what I will do is I will try to be as fast as I can, and I will try to make this tutorial as small as possible. What I'm doing is I have taken my Stamps by Me limited stencil, lamination stencil, and put it on top of my scrap paper. And secondly, I am a DT member of Stamps by Me Limited, so I am actually making it for their product and their design team. What I'm using these shades: Tim Holtz Distress Ink, Spice Marmalade, mustard seed, picked raspberry, twisted citron, and peacock feathers. Last time I used all these shades. I will also show you the card I actually made and finished. You guys will definitely like it, and it is a like simple yet beautiful card. I use the same shades in there, and because I'm telling you this because obviously I am a little bit I am new with making tutorials, so I am just getting the hang of it, and I really want to make lots of tutorial for you guys so you guys can understand and know that one stencil, you can use one stencil in lots and lots of areas. These stencil can also be used with mixed medium and heavy medium, or whatever you want to use. I'm using this stencil. This is lamination stencil. I put it here, and I will do is I've opened everything up, all my sheets, and what I will do is I will just start using my shading them randomly. It's up to you how you want it. I will just color my stencil up. Okay. One important thing, why I am using the scrap at the bottom of my stencil is because I need the top of the stencil, which will shade my which is actually shading my stencils, my stencil, not the bottom of the scrapbook, scrap paper. I'm not going for the scrap paper. I am just shading my stencil, and I will try to make it as dark as possible, so I get the shade I want on top of my stencil. You will just see when I finish shading it that what I was trying to show you guys, the technique. It's a really beautiful technique, a simple technique. Anyone can actually do it, and I actually love making this. I just love using this technique for my projects. It's up to you. Firstly, it's up to you whatever shade you want to use. you don't have to, like, think that, oh, I don't have these shades, now what should I do. There is no hard and fast rule with shading. It is always up to you, up to the person, up to the crafter who is making the thing or the project. I just wanted to use 2 shades over here, so I went with it, and there is one shade which I have not actually used. I used the orange one, I have not used the yellow one. Okay. I will show you the last card I made with the same technique just a while back, but because of the video issue, there was some video issue, so I have just like directly started making another tutorial for you guys, as I really wanted to show you the beauty of this technique. Okay, now this is all done. I'm satisfied with the color I did, and as you can see, this is what I was showing you guys, wanted to tell you guys. This is what was happening when I was shading, and all the shade is on top of my stencil, and as you can see what shade I got on my scrap paper. This is really beautiful. You can always shade the bottom or background a little lighter, and then you can use all these shades. I will show you the shades again later on, and let me just clear this out, close this up and not damage my ink pads. I'm really sorry for my bad voice. I still have a bad voice, it's not going away, and I will just show you. Okay, here I have a bottle. It's a really large one. I use it for almost everything, and just check it on your hand that your bottle is actually working. Your misting bottle or your water bottle is actually, your spray bottle is actually working, and spray a little bit on top of your stencil. As you can see, don't move your stencil please, because it will actually ruin the effect. This card stock is the normal cardstock, white cardstock I have used. You can get it from any local shops, from your art and craft shop. And secondly, as you can see what the mist has done to my stencil. I will not take it, move it or do anything to it, because it can actually ruin the effect it will give me on top of my stencil. So what I did was I shaded the whole thing. It's really up to you if you want to shade one thing or the whole thing up. So what I will do is I will use half of this part for my project. I'm really hoping that it works out the way I want. Okay, I'm not really pushing it too hard, and I'm not really pressing it too hard. As you can see, all the shade is coming out. The water is, the cardstock is actually soaking in the water, as you can see, and please try not to ruin the shade at the bottom, because it will actually touch your fingers, and you can actually color your project. It can color it up. Yeah, it did not give me the exact shade over here, but I'm satisfied with what it showed me, it gave me here, and I will also show you what I will be doing again. This is actually really beautiful. I hope this is giving you guys really clear picture. I know this is light, but when you see this in real, when you start you make this in real, you will actually enjoy it, and you will know. Okay, I have one more cardstock. I don't know what I will be doing with this, but yes, I guess I will just color the other side up as well and show you guys what it is doing, because this is a scrap and I can always use it again. Nope, it did not give me anything, because I guess I have used the other side of it. As you can see, now I'm moving my scrap, and you can see what the mist did to the bottom of my scrap. You can also color this up, shade it up, do a little bit of splatter on top of it. It is actually really up to you. Okay, this card size is about 5 inches by 4. This is a little bit still wet, and what I will do is I will clean my stencil up and show you one more technique with this, which I did last time, but because of the last tutorial I was trying to make for the same technique, I did the same thing, and I will do it on this again because I love the way it came out and it looked. So yes, I'm cleaning my stencil up so it does not give me any wet effect on my project, as you can see, and I'm trying to find the right side for it. This time I will use only Picket Raspberry and Peacock Feather. What I will do is, again I will open my ink pads and I will first use the dark shade. I'm using the finger dauber. I have the smaller one. You guys can use any dauber or any brush you guys like to use, whichever is comfortable. You can also use the shades you like. It's really up to you, whatever attracts you, and whatever thing you want to use, it's really up to you. But yes, I guess I really love this mandala stencil, as I have used this stencil in lots of my project. Okay, I'm putting on first I used the I did the stencil shading at the bottom. Now I'm going on top, and I will try to make it a little bit smaller. As you can see, again I am going with the peacock one on the peacock shade, and I will go with the Picket Raspberry with the Picket Raspberry shade. I'm sorry, I guess I mixed a little bit of that darker shade on my finger dauber. And yes, I'm not actually using anything at the bottom of my paper, because the good thing about this ink pad is they are water based, so I can clean it up later on. I can clean my bottom pad later on, so I'm really comfortable using this one. I can also show you, if you guys want, that it does clean up. I will mist it a little bit and show you that yes, it does clean up. This is a self-healing mat, and I will again mist my tissue paper and clean my stencil up. As you can see, it is all cleaned up. I will try to show you other stencil from Stamps by Me Limited again, and what I am doing now is I will put in splatter on my work the same way I did last time on my last tutorial, and I will just try to hurry things up because I don't want it to be too large this time, too long my video. Okay, and here is my brush. This is the brush I will be using right now. I've misted my acetate sheet a little bit. I have taken my brush, and first I will see if it is all cleaned up. I've misted my brush, as you can see, and first I will use the darker shade. It's up to you, whichever shade you want to use. Here it goes, and I will put in the splatter. I will not go for a larger one. Large splatters, I'm going for the smaller ones, as you can see, because I don't really want to ruin the background of this the thing I showed you, the technique I showed you. And here it goes again. I'm putting a little, I'm wetting my brush a little bit, and I cleaned it, and there it goes. This is the Picket Raspberry, and sorry for the background noises with the birds, I can't really help it. Okay, I also have one more hack If you guys are seeing this video for the first time or seeing my tutorial for the first time, you would not know I used this acetate sheet last time as well to show you guys. It's a really small hack. I hope you guys like my hack, and you can always use it to shade your or put splatters on your project. Secondly, I have another hack for you guys which I wanted to show you guys. I always use for my smaller, right now I don't have any blocks for small stems. I use a small glass to stamp my projects, and this one is a new one. It does not have any sharp edges anywhere. It does not cut your fingers or your hand ever. I always use this, and most of the time I'm using this for the senti. I am going for the peacock feather, and I'm using the Sending Love from my stamp set from Stamps by Me Limited. It's a floral stamp. I will try to show you guys the whole set of the stamp. Okay, what I'm doing is I am inking it up, all up, close it up. This is actually really comfortable, and it's not really hard to use this one. I'm really hoping you guys like my project and my tutorial. If you guys like my tutorial, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I will be getting you lots and lots of cool tutorials soon with different products from Stamps by Me and my personal as well. And here it goes. As you can see, there was not a single problem using this glass. It did not cut or anything. You can buy any size glass you want. It's really up to you. You can also go for the heavy glass if you can handle it up. You will not have any problem with using, but I guess the smaller one is a lot better for those who are starting up or whoever have a problem getting one. So no issues there. And secondly, I would love to show you guys my card. As you can see, this is almost same as the last one. Here I have put in the gemstone from Stamps by Me Limited, and it's almost as same as my card. This one you can see. But yes, I didn't want to cut it up. I hadn't cut it off my other card, so I just thought I will make another tutorial and a lot smaller one. I'm hoping you guys like my tutorial, and please kindly don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and enjoy your tutorial. Take care. Bye bye.